Hi, this is Billy D. If you enjoy this podcast, please like and subscribe. Let's grow NAIA basketball. Thank you. Cascade Hoops Talk, bringing the world NAIA basketball one podcast at a time. Hey, good morning. It's Friday, November 10th, and NAIA basketball is starting to really heat up. We're going to talk about several games, couple upsets, and number one, College of Idaho was in action. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about the College of Idaho game, and then we're going to have Coach Greg Tonagel, head men's basketball coach at Indiana Wesleyan. I talked to him after the Olivet Nazarene game the other day, and then we're going to talk about the rest of the NAIA top 25 and a couple of upsets. So why don't we start with College of Idaho? They played tonight Northwest Nazarene. Now, Northwest Nazarene, they used to be a Cascade Conference team, and then they decided that life would be better if they went to NC2A Division II, and they're very close. I think Colby told me like 10 minutes up the road from College of Idaho, and they always play twice a year. So all of the Cascade Conference roots for College of Idaho. And in the last couple of years, College of Idaho gets the best of them. So tonight at Caldwell, at College of Idaho, the Yotes beat them 72-57. The Yotes go to 2-0. Samaji Morgan right here, he had 19 points, 9 rebounds. He's a sophomore out of Churchill High School in Eugene. Oh, man, he's an amazing point guard. And then my buddy Jake O'Neill here, he had 13 points, 9 rebounds. He's one of these other guys that just gets boards that you can't figure out how he's getting them. You know, one of those kind of guys. So the Yotes now are 2-0, and then they won't be in action for another week when they take on Vanguard. So College of Idaho is still rolling. Oh, one other fact about this game, they also held Northwest Nazarene to 17, you can't see it there, it's too small, 17 second half points, and they held them to 35% shooting. So they thumped them, which is good. That was good. Congratulations, College of Idaho. So why don't we listen to Coach Tonagel. As I said, I talked to him after the Olivet Nazarene game. Cascade Hoops Talk, Billy D. Hey, I got Greg Tonagel, head men's basketball coach, Indiana Wesleyan. Welcome, Coach Tonagel.
Billy, appreciate you having me on.
You were up at Olivet Nazarene last night, came away with a tough, hard-fought win. They're tough to play up there, aren't they?
They are. I think Coach Berkey does an excellent job. They play really hard. They play together. And they're just tough to beat at home. So we weren't taking that game lightly by any.
You know, you're kind of melding this team together. Cleaver played really well. He has been playing really well all season, and Buchanan is really starting to come on. Talk about the importance of a tough non-conference game like that in game, what are you, 4 or 5? Do you feel it really brought your team together? What do you think your team took away from that?
Yeah, that's the exact message that we talked about heading into this game, that road challenges like these, they galvanize you. They bring you together as a team. And that's why we schedule these, because we've got to continue to learn how to be unified in big moments and in tough moments. And when you go on the road against a team like Olivet, you're going to be forced to do that. And that's exactly how it played out last night. We jumped out to an early lead. They took a late lead, and then we responded. And as a coach, you're looking for those markers of growth. Mm-hmm. And, last night did that. And, we're still trying to figure out who we are. We're down 2 starters, and, one of them being Luke Brown, was probably going to be our leading scorer. So figuring out how we're going to, score as a team, fill in those gaps is critical for us. And I guess there's probably no better place to do it than on the road.
I was going to ask you about that. I know coming into the season, this year you were going to try to play a few more guys. Right now you're playing about 7. Javen and Cleaver, though, are playing long minutes. Are you concerned about that?
I am, and I give myself an F for last night's coaching efforts in terms of substitutions because, that wasn't the plan. It certainly wasn't the plan a month ago. We thought we had a 9-man rotation and, 2 starters go down. And we'll get Nolan Mader back here soon. But, even with those 2 starters, we just said we were going to extend the bench. And I think we had. Well, it was easy when you're up 30 at home, which we did the other night. It's tougher when you're on the road. And we actually were talking about that as a staff this morning, and I took ownership of it. I did a poor job, and I've got to extend the bench, even if you got new guys that you fully don't trust yet, because they haven't had an opportunity to earn your trust. You earn it by just, practices and games, and it's early. I've just got to put those guys out there, and I can't be overplaying guys like Javen and Griff, and because in the Crossroads League, you can't win with 7 guys. You got to play a deeper rotation than that.
Somebody that really, you got the Cademan Bontrager from Fort Wayne. He's a redshirt freshman. He's really been giving you some strong minutes, hasn't he?
Cademan's been awesome. He took a huge step forward just in maturation physically, but both just understanding the game. And he's one of our most productive players, per minute. He's probably the most productive player in terms of points and rebounds. And he's only a freshman because we redshirted him. In a couple of years, everybody's going to say, where did this kid come from? Well, he's just developed and he's bought in and he continues to get better.
So you got past the hurdle last night. What are you, 3-1 right now? But man, you got a pretty tough string in front of you before Christmas. You're going to host Rio Grande, and then Huntington comes to town. You go to Grace. Grace is good. I watched them this weekend. And then you play Bethel, another team. They're big. They're strong. Boy, it doesn't get any easier, Coach.
By far the toughest start we've ever had. We're loaded on the front end. We play the top of the Crossroads. We have no easy games outside of the league schedule. But like I've said before, I think we've embraced that. We've chosen to play this schedule, at least a non-conference as such, because that's where our program's at. You don't learn anything when you beat people by 30. So we're learning a lot about ourselves, and we're growing as a team, and hopefully it positions us later on in the year.
The one positive thing about your schedule between now and Christmas is you get a lot of home cooking. You have to go down to Grace. It's a short drive, but boy, that's a tough place to play. But playing there in Lucky Arena, talk about how special that is. I had that opportunity last year to be in there. That's a special place.
Yeah, there's no place like home, and our fans are filling it out. Our students have been great. It's just been a great atmosphere. And you got to protect home. I think that's something we let a few slip last year, and you've got to protect home and do a better job. So that's something we've been talking about.
Well, Coach Tonagel, as you get onto this stretch here between now and Christmas, I wish you a lot of luck. I really appreciate you taking a couple of minutes to get with us this morning. Congratulations on the big win last night.
Bill, always good to be on. Appreciate all you do for small college basketball.
That's Greg Tonagel. He's head men's basketball coach, Indiana Wesleyan. Thank you much, Greg. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Bill.
Hey, thank you very much to Coach Greg Tonagel and Indiana Wesleyan. Coach Tonagel, stand-up guy, always gives me a few minutes whenever I reach out to him. I always enjoy working with him. Thank you, Coach. So let's go down. Also in action tonight, number 5, Georgetown. They took on Midway at home. A game you probably thought wouldn't have much drama, but in the first half, Midway was giving them everything they could handle. Right toward the end of the first half, Georgetown kind of started taking control of this game. And in the second half, they really, as you can see, they grabbed their throat. 87-65, they won this game. For the Tigers tonight, Rashad Bishop, 17 points, 5 rebounds for the freshman. And then Jabrion Spikes, 13 points. Again, they won 87-65. So your Tigers now are 5-0. One thing I'll say about Georgetown, it seems as though every time I call their game, it seems like you have different players as the leading scorers and rebounders. I think it seems to be a deep team. Of course, we'll have to see as time goes. Also tonight, boy, send out the bells and whistles. Wayland Baptist tonight had to go to Our Lady of the Lake. They just moved up to number 10. They lost to Our Lady of the Lake. Our Lady of the Lake came into this game 0-3. Of course, it's early in the season. You're not sure exactly what to make of that. but they lost 84-73. They now go to 3-1. For Our Lady of the Lake, Lonzo Rand, he had 22 points, and Trey Law, he had 20 points, and Brayon Powell, sorry if I mispronounced your name, he had 11 rebounds. So the Wayland Baptist, they don't play again until the 18th when they play Southwest, and they're 3-1. That's a significant upset tonight. Also tonight, the Jinx out of Southwestern, the Mound Builders, they took on Haskell Indian Nations University. They won that game 90-68. That takes them to 3-0. Who was the leading scorer in this game? Oh, Kevin Clark. It was a shocker. 34 points, 4 rebounds. He had a night. That dude he could score the ball. So now Southwestern, they'll be back in action tonight against Park. Also tonight, another upset. Not quite as big an upset, but one more down. Florida College, they fell to Ave Maria 102-96. For Ave Maria, Nick Filcher, he had 24 points, and Jack Watkins, he had 16 points. Ave Maria, the Gyrene came into this game 4-0. I think Florida College came in 4-1. Yeah, I don't think it's a huge upset. It's unfortunate for the Falcons because they just broke into the top 25, and sometimes that's hard to do when you're right there on the edge. But big win for Ave Maria. So this weekend, I want to go over one more game. You guys probably already know this. Point Park went to D1 Robert Morris. They did fall 66-56. I pulled this off the Robert Morris site. It kind of shows the run of the game. And Point Park led, somebody from Point Park texted me and said they led the game 18 minutes and 2 seconds. They really had them on the ropes. You can see by these little graphs, this is odds to win. And of course, this is the points graph through the game. Really a great job by Point Park, putting a good size scare into D1 Robert Morris. And of course, that was at Robert Morris. So this weekend, we'll be back Monday morning to catch you up with all the top 25 and NAIA news. But this weekend, we're going to be out all weekend at Warner Pacific. That's not too far. It's an easy enough drive for me. They're in Portland, Oregon. They and Multnomah are going to take on Providence and Vanguard in a 2-day tournament. It's the Portland. Anyway, it's a tournament there. It's put on by Oxford Suites. It's going to be some great basketball. And so look for player interviews, coach interviews, and we'll just be covering the entire tournament this weekend. And then, so look for that on Twitter and on YouTube. All of the, if you're ever looking for an interview I did, just go up on Twitter and you'll find it, or on YouTube, and they're put into playlists. And then next weekend, Jessup will be in the area for 2 games, and so we'll cover those. Those are going to be significant games for Jessup. So we'll be doing quite a bit of live coverage over the next 2 weeks. But the show will be back on Monday morning. So thank you very much for supporting our podcast. Please like and subscribe. Get out to your local NAIA school, because NAIA basketball is the best entertainment value in America.